Hello guys, my name is Sabina and today we're gonna talk about a really interesting thing that I learned recently. So let's start. So first of all, I decided to make a video about how to become independent, and the reason why I want to talk about this just because I heard a lot of stories and heard a lot of things that most of people now trying to force us to believe that we might to become independent only if we have some job, only if we working on someone else's business or something like this, which is actually not true. So how to become independent as a woman, and what kind movements or what steps you have to keep doing. Let's start. So also I want to talk about relationships, and also I want to say the thing is that you might become independent in the relationships even if you married, and what kind of things you have to do to become. Listen, independency mean that you not depend on someone. So if you just have a better job, you depend on your boss. Let's start with this. So having a job and having a middle salary doesn't mean that you independent, and doesn't mean that you have independency. So it's just so funny that people now thinking that just having a middle salary or just having a job and working 24/7 it's being independent. It's not. So why? Because you literally depend on people who you're working with or on your boss, and also working 24/7 not gonna make you independent, and having a middle salary not give you any freedom. So the point is, this is not independency. No. So guys, I was thinking and I was wondering about that there's a lot of women and they get married, they have kids and all this stuff, and they stuck in relationships where they feel that they depend from their husbands or depend from their kids or depend from their boyfriends, and a relationship becomes so toxic when you depend from someone, and you know that you can't even buy the food for yourself. You need to ask your boyfriend, you need to ask your man for just money for food or something like this, which is actually so ridiculous and inappropriate in the relationships. So the point is, when you have relationships, there's a lot of women, they thinking that just having in relationships is something that you should be proud of. But the truth is, getting a man, it's the easiest things on this world. Having a man in your life is the easiest thing that you might do. So the point is, a lot of my friends, when they become married, I think they're really proud of it, and I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming them because, you know, it's the society telling us it's the purpose of our life, so I'm not blaming them. But just having a man in your life, it's not something that you should be proud of. Okay? Because it's so easy to get a man. There is no such easy things that just to get a man, or just having a relationships, or just getting married. So I think the really things that you should be proud of is getting the benefits from these relationships, getting all the benefits that you need. This is really that you should be proud of. Let's start with this. So, and I'm gonna tell you what kind of benefits you need as a woman to get to be independent, whatever what, like even if you doesn't have any job, you know, because people like to blame women not getting a job or sitting just lying on the bed, and they're like, you have to be independent. You have to get a job. Getting a job not gonna give you independency, okay? So let's start with this. And I think kind of people who work 24/7, they look so unhappy because you're supposed to work 24/7 to get that money just for food and for rent. Point is, having a relationship with a man who's gonna teach you something new. He's gonna teach you how to invest. He's gonna give you the money for business. He's gonna give you a real benefits in this relationship. So he's not gonna just entertain him and have fun with him. Or, for a lot of women, relationships is something seriously. But for a lot of men, just having a relationship with women, meaning you have just fun with one woman, Even if it's long term, doesn't matter. So you have to get all the benefits, and the benefits supposed to be real benefits, not just like money for food, and not just like flowers or just a cash for shopping. No, it costs nothing because it's not gonna help you in the future. You need something that gonna help you in the future. So I heard a lot of stories like on TikToks, and in the comments, women like, I'm so happy because my husband provide me and our kids, and he bring us food and money for shopping and all that stuff. Honey, he's not providing you. He providing himself. Of course, he's not gonna, make you suffer or make you hungry. It's not because he loves you. It's not providing. Providing when a man give you something for you, only that you can use, So this is really interesting because a lot of women, they get tricked in the system. A lot of men, they will suggest to you there's a bare minimum things like food and like money for shopping and for clothes, that's just the bare minimum things that you have to living here, and while you just entertainment a random man, even if you just married, even if it's your husband, you entertainment him, you sleeping with him, cook for him, clean for him. And even a lot of women, they give a birth to children, sacrificing all their bodies. So if you just gonna count all these things, like being sex worker for your husband, being a nanny for his children, you're reproducing his personality, and you literally sacrifice your body. So you give a birth and you clean, cook and all this stuff, and it's gonna be like $10,000 a month. It's gonna cost for him $10,000. Believe me, even more sometimes, So, and also a lot of women like to play a therapist game. Like, they like to pretend therapist and solve all their problems. I don't know what's the heck. You really like to listen how some man complaining because it's so annoying. What's the heck being a therapist, free therapist for a man? I understand when you just pay for this, but just being a free therapist for someone and for your man, I don't see any sense, So it's for about $10,000 a month if you're gonna count all these things. So this man just tricked you and gives you the food and the money for shopping, and they thinking it's alright, hey, provide us. It's embarrassing. So, and how to get to provide, what providing means, and how to become independent in relationships. Look, when you start relationships and you feel like it's your first relationship, or it doesn't matter, especially if it's long term, your man supposed to give you a money in months, amount of money in months, and I don't mean that you have to force him to do it. If he doesn't want to do it, okay, next. Because there's a lot of men and they know the rule number one, you have to be sure that you women secure and safe. And she have money for all things that she wants. So look, the kind of things is if you need 5,000 a month and you spend 5,000 a month, you have to tell him that you need 10,000. If you spend 10,000 a month, you have to tell him that you need 20,000. So it always have to be a little bit more than you spend. Then you can save your money. Always save your money. Always save cash. And never tell a man and anyone, your friends, your family, that you have savings. Never tell anyone that you have some savings. The minute that you're gonna show your man or someone your ego that you have money, like, look, I have money, he's gonna hate you. And this is the minute that he's gonna use you for money. A man really like to use women for their money. Believe me, they always use a woman just for a lot of things. And even if you just want to show him your ego, how smart you are, how rich you are, he's gonna use your money. So never tell a man that you have some savings, that you have some money, that you have an apartment from your ex or someone, you know. Never tell a man that you have just some money. Never tell. Just always act that you don't have any. You don't have any. Always pretend that you poor little girl that you have anything. I'm not sure where I watched this video where the boy and the girl, and someone asked the girl how much money you have on your bank accounts, and she's like 80,000, and the boy got crazy. He becomes so mad at her. He's like, you have $80,000 on your bank account and I pay for the dinner. And she's like, but this money, my dad gave it to me, you know, it's not even my money, my dad gave it to me, you know. And he becomes so mad and he's like, no, it's done. The funniest thing is that she said the truth. And another thing, the boy, he not even like her. Now you might see, when a man doesn't want to make you richer than you are now, you know, not want to you have your own money, in a lot of cases he just want to take the power over you, take the advantage over you, you know. So for them, it's they like to believe that you doesn't have anything, you know. And the minute that if a man get mad knowing that you have some savings, knowing that you have some money, and they become so mad at you because they know that you're independent and you might go wherever you want, you know. You're independent, you have independency, and you have freedom. Having money meaning having freedom, you know. So if man becomes so mad at you because you have some money, he doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. He just wanted to control you, and he found out that it's not gonna work on you. If a man really likes you, he's gonna make you more rich than you now, you know. He wanna make you more independent, you know, because he understands that maybe you guys not get married or something might go wrong, you know. So he's gonna try to make you more independent, more smart. He's gonna teach you something new. He's gonna teach you how to invest, you know, how to start a business, how to increase your income, you know. If he doesn't like you and he just wants to control you, he's gonna never give you a cash. Listen really carefully. Men who's never give you a cash, and a lot of men, they like to just giving you some stupid gifts like shoes, bags, like something like really stupid, you know, but never gives you real cash. This man wanna control you. If you get a cash, how he's gonna control you? You know? So that's why a lot of men, they not even like women, you know. They not even like women. All that they want having relationships to raise their ego, to take the power over you, to make you pregnant, so then they might see that you suffer, and for them it's raised their ego even more, like some women suffer because of me. There is steps that I learned from my coach that you have to do while you get relationships. The first thing that you have to do is make a deal that he's gonna pay you in months, amount of money in months. It's very important. Why? Look, it's very important because when you have amount of money months, you don't have to ask him for something like little, like, please give me money just for food, please give me money just for my trousers or something. A man that doesn't like to give you amount of money in months, he's gonna humiliate you. Why? Because they like you, they want to show you how you're gonna ask him for money, every time, like, because it's raised his ego, So a lot of men, they like to do it. They're like, oh, I can't give you amount of money months, but if you need some money, you can ask every time. You just ask and I will give you. And imagine time you need money, you have to ask him that you need, and he's gonna destroy you inside, Eventually, you just you couldn't ask him, You ask once, and then you just like, you ask twice, and then you're like, you know what, I don't need your money, because it looks so humiliating. It's destroy you. Feels like, actually, he wants to destroy you, He wants you to feel yourself so bad and miserable. That's why they're gonna do this. This is a trick, to confuse you and shame you for this. Because, I know a lot of women, and even my neighbors, she get pregnant, she get married, and she's a virgin, she's Muslim and all that stuff, and she get married, wonderful girl, she's so beautiful, and she have 2 beautiful kids, and she's like, you know what, I'm working 24/7. I'm like, why? You have your husband, you have just your kids, and she doesn't have any help. She cooks, she clean, she like do nanny stuff and all this stuff, and she also working. And she's like, my husband said that he's gonna give you money and everything, but I can't ask him like for money for everything, like it feels so bad, and I feel myself so miserable every time I ask him just for just money for the tampons or something. It's look embarrassing, and I can't even handle it anymore. And I know a lot of men, they doing this just humiliated you, just make you miserable, and now she just she's supposed to work because she couldn't handle it anymore, so you have to just don't deal with that type of man. Most of cases, they're not gonna give you money. If they just wanted they just want to look at you when you need something, and embarrass you. So I already tell you before that you have to ask for amount of money that supposed to be much little bit that you spend in months. So if you need 5,000, you have to say 10,000, so then you can save your money. Another thing is learn how to invest in stock market. So this is something that I learned from my coach, and I think she's a wonderful lady. And she's like, she said, you know what, my ex-boyfriend teach me how to invest in stock market. And this is really interesting, where you can see when the man really like and love women, he's gonna teach you how to invest, how to make your income bigger and bigger, So there is a thing, guys, I don't know, but I don't see the sense of being in a relationship with man if he's not gonna make you richer, he's not gonna give you a property, a land or something like this, apartment, that who's gonna make your life more good. So there is nothing to spend your resources, to sacrifice your own body, to reproduce his personality just for free, So or just for food or for shopping. Men that really likes you gonna invest money in you, and the second thing is give you something that you might use in the future. And it might be everything. It might be some courses that you wanted to get. It might be something that you wanted to learn, some languages that you wanted to learn, and then you might use it in the future, you know. It might be to get a bachelor degree or master degree if you want some. And this is really interesting. If you have a man that might helps you with this, they're gonna pay for university and all this stuff, get a master degree or get a bachelor degree, get education. It's really working. My coach has three different degrees. Degrees. You might use it in the future. You might use your specialties to get a job, to get a really good networking, you know, because universities, it's a really good environment where you can know someone that can help you, you know. You can make new friends, real good friends, beneficial friends who can benefit you. Not have to create a good environment who's gonna help you, who's gonna have something to give you, you know. And it's another step. And I know a lot of you women thinking that why someone should give you something. No one owe you something. No one should do something for you. You have to remember that you women and everyone should do something for you. And your job is just receiving everything that you get. This is the point of your existence. This is the point of our existence as a woman, that everyone should do something for you and you have to get it and receive. Even if something goes wrong, even if you guys broke up, at least, I forgot this word, at least you have money. At least you have your savings, you know. At least you have education, you have master degree or something. At least you learn something, you know. You learn how to invest money, and you might invest this money and become much bigger. Another thing is create social media or just start some business. Look, this is really interesting. When you have a man in your life who's gonna pay for everything, the worst thing that you might do, just lying on the bed and not doing anything and thinking that it's gonna, like, you know, it's gonna be forever, he's gonna pay for everything forever. No. Also, even if you're married and you have a husband or someone, you not supposed to give him responsibility to decide who you are, you know. It's really easy to forget about everything, to forget about your talents, forget about everything, who you are, and forget about all responsibilities in your life. Because, like, you don't need to be a grown woman, you know. But then, if something goes wrong, you start to blame him. But you gave him to be responsible for your happiness, to be responsible for your money, you know, to be responsible for your life. So you have to get it back and be responsible for your own life. And the first thing that you have to do, make sure what you have in the relationships with a man. If a man have a car, really good, but it's not your car, it's his car. If a man have like, you know, master degree or something, he's a lawyer, really good, but it's not your master degree, you're not a lawyer. Okay, if a man intelligent, he's so smart, he's handsome or something, he has a penthouse or something, you know, he has a lot of money, it's his money, not yours money. So first of all, you have to be sure that you get something just for you, you know. A lot of men, they like to create illusion that you might get something but never gives you anything. A lot of men, they like to create illusion, so because a lot of women like to live in illusion and believing that someday you get something from him, you get some car or you get some, you know, diamond ring. But while you live in illusion, you're not asking for something, and you like become so blind, you don't see the feeling, you don't see that he literally used you. You know, So you have to just stop living an illusion. And if you see that he rich, he generous, he kind, and he wants you and all this stuff, ask something for yourself, something that he can never take it. And the advice number one, always get all the presents, all the gifts before marriage. Always get all the stuff before marriage. Always get apartments, everything before marriage. And if you see, guys, imagine you get an apartment from man. Imagine. So you get an apartment and all that stuff, and your relationship not gonna be long term or something like this. You have to sell this apartment really fast and buy some apartment in another town or another city. You have to do it really fast. You have to be so smart, and you don't have to be naive. Now I see a lot of men that if you don't want to leave his cats in the end of your life, you have to believe that man gonna provide you, just trust him and all this stuff. Because the women that want to be free, women that want to have a free life, they have traumas, they hate men and all this stuff. I don't hate men, I like them, really. But I have to be responsible for my own life. And if you're not gonna give me any benefits, why I have to waste my time on you, So this is another thing. You're not supposed to be smart. You're just not supposed to be stupid and naive to believe someone, to give someone, to be responsible on all your life, If you're waiting you're waiting a man that gonna gives you something, but you never ask, it looks stupid. Okay? And you have to ask first and see what happens. Another thing that you might get from the relationships with a man, it's start a business. Look, there is a really lot of types of business, and I'm not gonna tell you that you have to open a big business, like some shop or something. No, it's so hard, and it's not for women. It's gonna devastate you in the end of the day. So my advice is open the business that gonna be so easy to ruin. Gonna be to run. Ruin. Oh, to run. Okay. Really something like an info business, business where you don't have to spend a lot of money. Business in Instagram or on TikTok, have to start your social media and sell not goods, sell in the information, the consultation, That's, you might grow very fast in the social media, and also it's not very hard. So I think my advice is having a lot of businesses and not just one. Also, it's really good and you invest in some things. Look, a lot of women, for them investing money, it's really hard, I know. And also it's really hard to invest money in crypto. Oh my god, guys, you don't know, I start to learn how to invest money in crypto, and it's really hard. I don't understand anything. I don't feel like something for me. I know, but I know that it's really beneficial and it's really good thing. Maybe I'm stupid a little bit, I don't know, I just don't understand anything. So and a lot of people who teach you how to invest in crypto, they're not teaching you something, they just want to get something from you. So it's really hard to invest money in crypto or just in stock market. Also, I didn't understand anything. So if you have money and your boyfriend's really rich and he really likes you, you might invest money in some things, in bags, in Birkin bags, especially if you not use them. Because getting a Birkin bags and using them not gonna make you richer. You don't have to use them. You have to just skip it. Or Chanel bags, they also become higher and higher in the price. And the second thing, in investing in watches. Like, I'm gonna show you what kind of brand, yeah, you might invest. Becoming independent, meaning not depend on someone, not even from your boyfriend, not from your boss, not from your family. And first of all that you have to do is just stop depend emotionally from people and from your boyfriend, from your family, from all these people that, gonna tell you that you're naive or you're stupid, or anything that you have to show these people that you're really stupid. Never act like you're really smart. Never show that you're really smart and you know something. Never argue with men. It's really dangerous for their ego to knowing that you're not just stupid girl, that you have your own plans, have your own savings, have your own money. For them, it's just gonna break their ego, Especially for men, because subconsciously they want to control women, I was telling you this every time. All men want to control women, and they gonna make you pregnant to control you even more, because it's just subconsciously they wanna feel like, yeah, I have a power to control you.